All right, good people of Cherokee County. Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house.
How you doing?
What's going on today, Dean?
Rough day, buddy.
I tell you what.
Hold it.
All right, go ahead. Podcast, Spotify, Applecast, people all around the world. We are live and in the house. How's everybody doing today? We got plenty of stuff to talk about tonight, Dean. Let's see here. We're going to do some hot takes around the round table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Everybody, what about Kentucky and Duke's going to be playing basketball?
Yes, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, okay. How you think that's going to turn out?
From what I've talked to from my source up in Kentucky, guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but we got sources all over this country.
Yes.
Do we not?
Yes, we do.
People we do. Not very good for Kentucky. I don't know. They've brought in a bunch of transfers, but Duke supposedly is just loaded, and it's going to be a tall order for them. But now, word on the street is, or in the sports world, that Kentucky will probably be pretty good by the end of the year.
Okay.
He didn't do the one and done, guys. He brought in a bunch of transfers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you got a guy from Florida.
You got a guy played for Miami, and he got a couple of others. I think maybe one from West Virginia that played for the University of West Virginia. Plus, he has three starters, or three significant time players back.
Okay.
Which he usually doesn't have that. And but I think Duke's supposed to be a lot better. We'll find out Tuesday. That kicks off college basketball.
Tuesday night's probably going to be on NBC or ABC or something, I guess.
I don't know if ESPN will carry that, or
They may.
maybe probably about 8 o'clock.
What do y'all think about the Hogs are now bowl eligible? What about that?
Arkansas?
Yeah.
I think it's great. 0-12 2 years ago.
What about
You don't get no bowl when you go 0-12.
Army and Air Force in overtime? I did watch that. Did you catch any of that one?
No, I did not. What was the final?
21-14.
Good game.
Yes, it was. It was a really
All
good
three
game.
of our special forces teams are good.
Yeah.
Navy. Navy's okay, but Army and Air Force are good. The Marines, I hadn't heard much about
No.
them.
They're kind of like bye. You got to watch them.
You wouldn't want a Marines to have a team. I'll go on and tell you.
No. Guys, what about Purdue? They do it again. Guys, this is
It's two top 5 upsets this year.
the top three.
Top 3, yes.
They're the only team, and I think people are starting to notice now. We talked about it when they beat Iowa a few weeks ago. We made a report on it, and I reported how I just randomly looked it up. I think they had 16 wins when they are unranked, when they're at home
people.
against top 1 or 2 teams, 1, 2, or 3s.
Really?
It's just not even close.
Hmm.
So if you're,
Boil up, babe.
yeah,
Boil up.
they're steamrolling right now. We'll move to this. The Spring Garden and Cherokee County Warriors move on.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to all our county teams that made the playoffs. Everybody in the county made the playoffs, Dean.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty substantial.
Yeah.
It's great for our county, and we're happy about that. Now, here's some breaking news that just broke a few hours ago. Me and you talked about it a little bit. Coach Grice has stepped down from Jacksonville State University.
Yeah, I've got that
Just
article.
quote, "My time here has come and gone. It's been unbelievable. This will always be my home." End quote. Something I'm paraphrasing some of that. So I'm just kind of surprised. Now they are going to join the FBS Conference USA 2023. So it seems like when that came, it seems like that's what stinted this.
It makes me think that, though, they win, and he's stepping down now. He's not even going to finish the year, right?
Yes, that's correct.
There's very little about it. He spent one season as offensive coordinator at his alma mater before replacing Bill Clark as head coach in 2014. He's 72-26 there, and won OVC 6 times, and he's just leaving in the middle of the season. I mean, I'm thinking, and I'm sure you are too, there's more to that story.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if it has to do with them going to the FBS program, if it has anything to do with that. Maybe it does, considering that they're going to I mean, guys, they're going to be changing from, just playing Austin P and those kind of
Abilene
teams.
Christian. They'll be playing App State, Georgia Southern, Coastal.
Those are real deal program football teams. This is going to be a big step, and maybe we don't know. We're just assuming that's what we do a lot. Maybe Coach Gross feels like it's a step in the wrong direction for the program. Maybe he don't feel like they're ready, and maybe he said, "I don't want to be a part of that, so I will take my time."
I mean, I could see that.
I'll move on.
That's tough. I mean, that's tough. Probably have to play UAB every year, South Alabama, App State, Coastal Carolina, like we said. It's definitely tougher.
You said they beat Anthem Christian. They won 40-25 this weekend. He's 72-26 over 8 seasons.
Yeah, that's good.
That's over 500.
That's
he's
93 a year.
He's batting about 825.
Yeah.
Am I close? You're better than me. 725.
About 725.
725.
Yeah,
that was close. Not bad for a history
725.
guy.
720. That's good, and maybe a little higher than that.
I don't know. I'm a little curious about how that's going to turn out, and
also he's not always been a favorite of everyone.
So I thought he was great. I was down there.
I like him.
Yeah,
but I just know people.
I was on campus when they made the change, so I'd be in the workout room, and he'd come in and work out. Sometimes, and we talk about baseball. Usually, we talk about. He's a big Braves fan, so we talked a lot about that. He seemed like a approachable, normal.
He's taken a lot of heat over the years. I've heard countless people say it, that he didn't have any discipline within the program.
Oh, okay.
But now I don't know if it's been bad enough to just fire him. I'm not saying he got fired. It's just an odd situation.
Kids getting away with stuff, maybe.
Yeah, maybe overlooking some stuff. I don't know.
And there is a new AP. We'll just mention the top four, and then we're going to get into ours later in the show in our second part. Right now, this is the AP. Now, this is not the college football playoff.
No,
top 25.
Tuesday
night. This is the AP. They got Georgia, Cincinnati, Bama, Oklahoma. And then they got Oregon and Ohio State coming in at 5 and 6.
See, I agree with that top four except for Cincinnati. I don't think they should be in. I think Oregon should be in it instead of Cincinnati.
They got Notre Dame, Michigan State at 8, Michigan at 9, Oklahoma State at 10, and then right outside the top 10 is A&M.
Right.
So
let's say A&M's got those 2 losses.
That's not. If you're Alabama fans, then that's not terrible. I mean, you got your only loss is to.
Well, it was to an unranked team, but now it's to an 11th ranked team.
Yeah, so that shows what they were capable of doing, and we're going to get into more college stuff later. But right now, Dean, let's thank our sponsors. This couldn't be possible. All throughout the year, we had our Big Diamond Player of the Week, and we're going to go through in the next couple of weeks and week or two.
Player of the Year.
And that was always brought to you by Warrior Gym. And, of course, Cherokee Eye Clinic, JR and April McKenzie. It's always been a great part to help the Carpet Law Firm. Without Corey, helps us buy shirts and food cards.
Sends us stats every Saturday.
Food cards for the kids.
For Gilsville.
That goes along with that. And, of course, Scott Lloyd's Legal Service. Scott helps, too, with his stuff. It helps us, keep shirts and food cards for the kids as we went through our players of the week during the year. So that's kind of over with now. So we just want to, reach out to them, tell them we appreciate it. And, it's been a great high school season, and we still have some more games to play, guys. So without further ado, we'll get right into the high school.
I was going to say, I never did get anything from Coach Howard.
He didn't?
On stats.
Yeah.
No, 28-6. And I know he's busy. Yeah. He's got a tough game this week.
Yeah, they do.
And, but I was just going to say that right quick. But no, obviously we'll talk about their win. The game I was at, you want me to get right into that?
Yeah, so Cedar Bluff takes on Wardville first round over there. LD Brucefield, number 1 versus 4. Usually highly unlikely that a 4 beats a 1.
Right.
But sometimes you just can't prepare for the region.
Right.
You don't know how good that other...
Well, and turnovers, too. Cedar Bluff fumbled on the opening. They stopped them on the opening series and then punted and had a fumble. And they recovered it, and they had a short field, and they drove down and scored. Made it 7-0, and then Cedar Bluff got the ball back, and first play, he bobbled snap. I don't know if it was his fault, center's fault. I have no idea. He went on and threw the ball, and it sailed on him, and right in the cornerback's hands. He runs it back to the 9, and with 8:16 left in the first quarter, he's 14-0.
So Cedar Bluff
It's
got
hard to
behind
overcome.
the 8 ball. Sounded like really quick. They did scratch back and get in this game. It was 2021.
Yeah, and then 28-20, 21-20 at half.
Yeah, that's when I got there. I had been at Spring Garden.
And then drove it all the way down to the 2 and fumbled at the 1.
Yeah, fumbled at the 1. They just got behind, but it showed a lot of moxie for the guys to come back. And in watching the game, it seemed like to me, just from the half that I watched, from what I could see with these old 4 eyes.
This is Roy Mitchell. He's sending us stats.
Okay.
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. Woodland, they seem like they come prepared. Very scrappy team. Their coaching staff does a good job. He's been there 3-4 years now, I think. And they just kind of wanted to out-mean Cedar Bluff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They wanted to show their presence. They know that we're a scrappy bunch, and we've clawed through this region to win the region. You know, our first year back here, you know, a coach having a new coach and new coaching staff. That's what it seemed like to me. They were ripping the ball.
It was a hard-hitting game.
Every time. I mean, nearly every time Bluff was touching the ball, they were ripping at it, or they were just getting after it. And they just had a little mean to them, had a little mean streak to them. They really want to try to prove a point, come on the road and try to upset a number 1.
Yeah, and they did. Running back 235 yards on 39 carries.
They talked about him a lot.
So, I mean, they ran it, and he played defense too. 56 plays, and he touched it 39 times.
I think he has 100 and I think I heard Reggie when they did Road the Blue Map. It's Friday evening at 4.
I'm sure he's over 1,000.
You can catch them at 4 this Friday too. I don't know which game they'll be at. Reggie and Bo, the guys. I think he had 116 tackles and
really,
like 1,500 yards rushing or something. So he's a pretty special player.
Yeah, he is. He's good, and he got loose. You know, I say this: he had 35 carries for like 120 yards, which that's stopping him. But his 4 other carries gained 115. He broke 4. He had two 24-yard runs, a 45 and a 20. So, you know.
Yeah, there were several big gashed runs.
Right.
He would get
for
up there.
the most part, Cedar Bluff did a very good job on him.
They corralled him pretty much. He would run it to the line, and they would get their hands on him, and he would shake loose and bounce it around the end, and he's gone for 30. Because everybody's at the line. You know, they're playing the run, and everybody's up there at the line.
He had some moves.
Yes, sure, absolutely. Very quick. Well, he's quick.
Parker
Woodham, yes. Now, Spring Garden, I'll say this up front. You know, little did I know that Landon Goins was not playing. I get over there and start warming up and taking pictures. Which
that's not a good thing, is it?
I'll have pictures up probably tonight or tomorrow. I still have pictures from the games of Spring Garden and Cedar Bluff to load up here to finish.
I'm looking at Gilsville.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't know that Landon wasn't playing, and he's actually had knee trouble, and he's not. I don't think he's going to get to play this week either, Dean. So that's going to be a tough loss for them. They've already lost a quarterback. Now, as for them, Spring Garden goes on to beat Hatton 35-6. Now, coming out of the game, Hatton takes the ball, and they're marching down the field, and it's just quarterback draw after quarterback draw. And they're just struggling getting this guy on the ground. They're making good blocks up front. They're reading the keys right. And I thought, man, they're going to be in trouble. And they go down and score. I think they go for 2, and they wind up missing the 2. Well, they kick Spring Garden the ball. And
I'm listening. Roy sent me Spring Garden stats.
Okay.
I'll go over them in a second.
And the rest is kind of just history. I don't mean to be short, straight, and sweet.
That was it for Hatton.
Yeah, Coach Howard and the guys just literally adjusted on the fly right there in the first quarter, and I left at halftime. It was 28-6 as I was coming. Just a great effort by the guys. They all played very well. They just changed their attitude. I mean,
we talked about that earlier.
Floyd's running the ball. He just takes over the game in moments. Cooper's making catches over there in the corner of the end zone. The line just seems more. I think they felt like. We're just not sure. When you're in the playoffs, you don't know these teams, and maybe you just assume wrong because of their record. And they got hit right off the bat. They got gut punched, and they said, "Okay, well, here's what we're going to do about it. We're going to punch you back in the nose really hard." And they did, and they just flogged their head, and that was just the end of it. Hatton just didn't have a chance. They didn't score any more the rest of the night.
No. So, I've seen that more than once with Spring Garden. Somebody kind of come out at them pretty hard. And
they just adjust.
That's it for them. Well, Matt, here's Roy.
Yeah,
sent
tell
me
us
the
about
stats.
Spring Garden.
What a night for Pope. 10 for 13, 178, and 98 yards rushing.
Yeah.
That's 276 yards.
Yeah.
Cam Welsh had 52 yards rushing. Floyd, 54. Larry. I worked with Lonnie Rogers.
Yeah, Larry Rogers. He had
a good game.
He had two good breaks on balls.
5 for 58, and of course Cooper 5 for 117.
Yeah, he was doing what he usually does.
So Chapel Pope, 178 passing, 98 rushing. Looks like they had another 400-yard night.
Yeah, they just kind of took it over. That second quarter, they were like, well, here's what we're going to do, and that's what they're going to do. Now we're going to adjust, and we're going to do it a little better.
Right.
And that's what the guys just go out and take care of business.
I mean, they did 400 yards of offense. And they do that a lot. And I don't know their defensive stats. Okay, Floyd scored 1 touchdown. Pope 3, ran for 3. I think that's rushing touchdowns. Yeah. So all 4 of them were. What was the final? 28-6?
35-6.
35-6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 28 at halftime. Well, they scored again. But of course, I'm sure they.
Did Rogers run a kickoff back?
I don't know. He may have did after
two,
second
3.
half.
Okay. Well, I don't understand. I understand the stats, but I don't know about the touchdowns. But, 178 yards, 276 yards of total offense for Pope.
Yep, good
10th
job
grader.
for Spring Garden. It's a good game. It was cool over there that night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was warmer at Cedar Bluff when I got over there.
Really?
Yeah. Now, Galesville, Dean, they go on the road and play Wadley. 48-14 winds up being the final. Now, you spoke to Brian a little bit, said the kids didn't seem intimidated.
Kids said they really played hard. You know, Wadley's very good.
They are.
They rushed for over 100 yards. Jacob had 75, led the team in rushing, according to Corey's stats.
Good.
Somebody else had told me he actually had 100.
Okay.
But, I think he was pleased with the effort.
Yeah,
he's a realist.
Yeah.
You're playing the number 1 team in the state for a while, were they not?
Yeah.
And but he said he thought they didn't back down from him.
That's important when you're trying to still build on stuff. And they have a few seniors they're going to lose this year. But for the most part, Gilesville's going to have.
They'll have some guys back.
Yeah.
They'll have Keelan back and Briley, and of course. I don't know. It was 55-20. Where have I getting 28-6 on the Spring Garden?
I had 35-6. That was.
We had some last night. We had some misinformation on some stuff.
That was on.
Okay, so Floyd had 1 touchdown. Pope.
That was from the state website.
That was from the state website. Pope had 3. Austin caught 2, and Larry Rogers caught 1 and had a kick return.
Okay.
So.
Now Galesville going to bring back a lot like we just mentioned. So. I guess that's something to look forward to go there and be passionate about the game that you play and not just kind of not worry about it. And, hey, we're just going to go do our best.
We got nothing to lose.
We're forward. They're won. The pressure's on them. Let's go see what happens.
Yeah, and that first playoff team in a while, 4 or 5 years, I think, for Galesville. Maybe 8 years. I don't know. I think Kyle went, Coach Garman went when Gage Davis was there the year they beat Cedar Bluff 40-39. But they played Pickens. They got Pickens in the first round, which is about the same speed as Wadley.
Yes. Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Back then, Pickens was even better. They had.
Oh, yeah, that was during their prime time.
Pooh Bear and those. We remember talking to those kids. Now, Cherokee County makes about a 3-day ride down to Strawn. They had to stop and camp out on the
8 years.
They had to stop and camp on the side of the road in tents. It's such a long drive down there. It was terrible. But they wound up winning 34-26. That region that Strawn's in, that St. James and those guys, Geneva.
Oh, yeah, good. I think Strawn was pretty good.
Well, the Warriors holding to 26, and they wound up getting 34.
34-26. That was, from what I saw, Hopper had a good game. Ramsey also had a good game. Of course, he's going to have good games. And Gresham.
Yeah.
I know he hit Malachi Horton on a touchdown pass, 32 yards. I did read that.
There you go.
And now, defensively, I have no idea. We've had some trouble getting their stats. Roy, if you got center stats, send us them. But I'm assuming, sound like Hopper played really well.
Yeah.
I was glad to see that.
He's always the the one that tries to come early, and stay after to throw and do stuff to try to make himself better. He's very humble, very appreciative, and he's just a team guy. And if something's not going his way sometimes and things change on the fly, he'll just go right along with it, and just he's going to do what's best for the team.
Right.
So congratulations to them. Spring Garden and Cherokee County moving on, getting to play second round. Now I have some other guys that are going to be matching up next week. If you want to go through some of those, we'll talk about them.
Yeah, you talk about them. What about Sandrock? Well, we already talked about that. They played Mars Hill.
They played Mars Hill.
Yeah.
They come out, 48-13, like we said. Coach Heath and them, had a good year. Olin Pruitt, Jake Cornejo.
He did.
Trey Haygood.
Mm-hmm.
They were our players of the week, and of course my Swiss Army knife's what I call them.
Of course, Ashley's good.
Crider,
very good.
Lyman, they're losing some guys, but not a whole lot. So, hey man, the sky's the limit for Sandrock. That 2A region that they're in, if things work out kind of how we suspect, maybe in some way, how if Spring Garden winds up moving back down to 1A, and those are all just speculations, people. We don't know.
Somebody said your mic's echoing.
It is.
One person said that. Sent me a private message.
Okay, I'll try to fix it here. Let's see.
Guys, give us some feedback on that.
Yeah, if it sounds bad, I'll take this thing off and we'll just.
We tested it before.
It
sounded pretty good.
Yeah, it sounded good on test. Now
I was going to mention one thing before we left. Jacob Burleson for Cedar Bluff did get 2 more picks the other night.
Yes.
So he finished the season with 8, and great career with 19.
19. And that's state record books are usually.
The one I saw I think it went to 20.
Yeah.
Down from 36 was the record, and everybody that had more than 20. But, we're going to give him praise on there because that's a good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good stat.
I mean, he took Eric Horton, which Eric was one of the greatest to play there.
Well, he was a great player, yeah.
So hats off to all the teams for making the playoffs. And Coach Howard's kind of the OG in the county, and Brian's been there a while at Gales for a little bit, but Allen's new and Coach Heath's kind of new, and Coach Kelly.
Well, I think Kelly and I have been 3.
They're about the same.
Of course, Howard's definitely got the longest tenure.
Yeah.
In the county.
Yeah.
Right now.
So I mean, pretty much for the most part, for all them to be able to make it. And they'll be moving on, and we can talk about who these guys are going to be playing. Yeah,
let's hear this. I want to see these brackets. I find that starts getting some. Well, now the third round, boy, you really get some great matchups.
Let's see. We can go here. This is there we got here. Woodland's going to play Meek, and the winner of Woodland and Meek will get Wadley or Hubbardville. So there's the other 2 matchups.
Wadley and Hubbardville. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like
going to be a good one.
Woodland and Meek, I think I'd take Meek.
Mm-hmm.
Cherokee County, this is some 4A right here. They got Vigor, and in the box above they'll get the winner of American Christian in Jacksonville. So that could be weird. You may get
end up playing Jacksonville again. Hard to beat a team twice.
That's very true. Piedmont, now they're going to match up with Lauderdale County, and they'll get the winner of Winfield and Ohatchee.
They probably won't Ohatchee again.
Yeah, they would. I'm sure they'd like some revenge.
Yeah, 28-24.
And I think they both. I mean, now that Region 8 number 1 is Lauderdale County. Okay, so let's give credit. They did win their game, and they got to go on round 2 here.
Right.
They're a 1 seed, as is Winfield. Winfield is a 1.
Yeah, Winfield and Lauderdale, very good.
So
they're not giving me games for either one of them.
No, statistically speaking, you'd probably assume Lauderdale would play Winfield. If you're just looking at stats.
Just looking at stats.
You would think Piedmont and Ohatchee both go out. And I just couldn't see that happen.
No, I can't either.
Not both.
I don't know much about Lauderdale. I know Lauderdale's usually pretty good.
Yeah, what about Fife? They're going to have J.B. Pennington. They're number 3 out of that Region 6. We would assume that Fife takes care of that. Region 5, number 1 Sachs gets Region 6 2 Oakman.
So the winner of that plays Fife?
Yeah. So you could have
a 5-Sachs matchup, possibly.
Yeah, very possible. Now, the 2A here, Seliget, which is a team that we're all kind of familiar with somewhat. That's where Johnson that was the safety, Rashad Johnson.
Yes,
played
he
Alabama.
Was. He was.
His daddy, Big Randy Johnson. I'm sure he's watching. What's up, Big Randy? Down at Sullage at Region 5,
Randy.
number 4.
The pitcher, Randy Johnson. Yeah.
Now they match up with Region 6-3 Southeastern. So Sullage gets Southeastern, and the winner of those two will get Midfield or Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So Midfield is now they're number 1 that Region 5 over
Midfield's
there.
good. Midfield and Cleveland played this week?
Yes.
Wow.
Midfield and Sullage, both that Region 5. That's you 1 and 4. So Sullage,
Midfield's very good.
being a 4, they won their first one there and moved on. And Mars Hill's going to play Tanner.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be I think that'll be an interesting game probably for a half. Or
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
Now Spring Garden, you Region 6 local guys here, number 1 is going to get Region 5 number 2. That Region 5, no, guys, we just talked about them. Region 5 number 4 Sullage, Region 5 number 1 Midfield, Region 5 number 2 Aliceville. So that tells you
got a good resume.
that region's tough.
Yeah, they do. They've lost to I think they lost to Midfield, Gordo, which we know Gordo's good. So that should be a good matchup between them and Spring Garden, which Spring Garden takes care of business in the playoffs, and especially on their home field. But
yeah,
it's going to be a tough game. But I have no doubt in my mind that they can come out on
it being at Spring Garden helps
end
me.
of that.
Makes me feel better. I'm more confident. If they were traveling to Aliceville, I would be more speculative about that.
Right.
Now 7A, and I know everybody don't care about 7A, but it's just a few games here. Hoover's going to play Hewitt Trussville. They'll play the winner of Oak Mountain and Thompson, and Enterprise will play Auburn, and they will get the winner of Central and Theodore. Those are big-time football games in those areas.
I can't even identify with that. I mean, those are just such big games. It's almost like small college, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that Region 3 with Hoover, they're 1, and Oak Mountain and Thompson are 4 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of weird how that's going to work out. Let's see here. What was that last one? Decatur Heritage will have Raglandine. And they'll play the winner of Pickens County and Winterboro. Now, Pickens is number 1, that Region 6, and the Region 8, number 1 is Decatur Heritage. Cedar Bluffs run into them. We've run into them time
Yeah,
too.
I think it was a 1 point twice. They beat them 1 year to go to the state championship. Then 1 year, Decatur Heritage won by 1. Which they should have. I had no problem with that. They went for it on 4th.
Yeah.
And Isaiah, which had gashed him that game, came up a little short. They made a play. They just made a play.
I'll never forget that one. That was a classic. So, Decatur Heritage at Ragland.
Cole Peace watching.
What's up, Cole?
Cole just threw another touchdown.
How about that? He's a good one. He's
a good one.
He's one of the goats over
What do
there.
you think about Bama there, Cole?
Yeah, hang around if you want to do college stuff. Pickens County, Winterboro. I would probably lean toward Pickens County. I think they're another tear again.
I think Winterboro's good,
yeah,
but I don't know if they're that good.
Decatur and Ragland, I'm going to go with Decatur. So we'll say round 3, we like Pickens playing Decatur.
Wow.
That's about it.
Yeah, round 3.
After this round,
you're not going to have it easy in round 3.
After this round, guys,
I'm not saying you got it easy in this round, but you definitely don't come round 3.
You're really fixing to start figuring things out.
Yeah.
We mentioned all those there for 1A. Some other 2As I'd like to mention. BB Comer be at Isabella. BB Comer's played good.
Yeah, they have all year.
We mentioned Lauderdale County at Piedmont and Oak Mountain at Sachs. Continue on 4A. Just a few mentions here of some teams. Jacksonville, I said, will play at American Christian. And Dean Hanley is going to host Bibb County. How do you feel about that?
Well, what's Bibb County's record?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't think nobody's going to beat Hanley early. They may lose in the 4th round or state championship, but I just don't see them, which they have lost 2 games this year.
Yes, that's true.
They have lost 2 games this year.
Let's see. We'll run through some of these.
Coach Short, did Central of Clay win the other night? I'm sure they did. But
I think
you got that?
I got some stuff.
Well, I'm just interested in them because they beat Hanley pretty handily.
Let's see. Sachs over Plainview, 46-43.
Wow.
Aliceville takes Eider down. Tyler, we're sorry about that. And Hornets had a good season.
Yeah, they did.
So they take no one on chin there. Cleveland beat Colbert County 35-7. North Sand Mountain goes down to Midfield 34-20. And Tanner takes down Lamar County. Lamar County's always been bumping
Pretty
around
good,
there.
yeah.
35-27 on that one. Decatur over Marion, 48-28. Hubbardville 46. Hackleburg 14. Maplesville over Fruitdale 40-6. Raglan 28-20 over Valley Heads. Kind of. We knew they was going to get to meet up again. I'd like to have been up there and seen that game. I think that would have been a quality game. 28-20. Raglan takes that one. Sweetwater over Billingsley, 49-0. And here's two mentions out of the 7A around Birmingham. Hoover beats Sparkman, 56-14. Thompson, 30. Prattville, 26. That's another game.
I just can't believe Thompson. I don't know. I just didn't think that shows you go on and play the games. I mean, they were just so dominant. And then they get beat by Hoover and had to scratch to win in the first round.
That's pretty big.
I mean, that's a team ranked in the country. Matt, Roy sent me center stats.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't.
Center rush for 296 yards the other night.
Almost 300 yards.
Hopper threw 2 touchdowns and threw for 71. Ramsey had 163. And LaMichael Mitchell had 46.
Wow.
Hopper had 51.
Rushing.
Yes.
It sounds like they just had a complete team game, and that's how you win in playoffs, guys. That's a good job. I'm proud of y'all.
I mean, that's 367 yards of offense.
Complete team effort.
On the road.
Team effort. I mean, everybody's everybody's running the ball or doing what they need to do to go on and get to that next round. And I'm going to get out there and see you guys. I'll probably be out there tomorrow. Now, Friday night, I'll be at center probably, and Dean will be at center to at Spring Garden.
Well, one of them.
We'll be
obviously.
one of them. So we're looking forward to that. But looking at the weather, we're not, good Lord, but it looks like it may rain.
Coach Short, Thompson's quarterback's out.
Oh,
there you go. He's tough too. He threw for 3,000 yards last year. So that's not easy. That explains it. That explains it. Connor Harrell, that's his name.
Connor Harrell.
Is
God
it
bless
Connor
him.
Harrell, Coach?
If that's who it is, God bless him. I hope he can. Something he just gonna get right back from maybe next week. Maybe
Obviously, they're hurting without him. Because but they're still winning. They're so loaded.
They got so many players. It's easier there than it would be at Yellsville or Cedar Bluff in a small school.
Somebody just texted me and asked me if I've been working out. My arms look big. I'm like, why?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He's been on the pro team.
Curls, buddy.
Yeah. What else we got for high school, Dean? We went through the playoffs. We got our matchups. That's
pretty much it
scores.
on the high school.
It gets trimmed down, guys.
Georgia starts their playoffs this week.
Yeah, I noticed.
Tryon finished 9-1.
Cedartown
finished 8 or 9-1. Cartersville's 10-0, of course.
That's the one I shared. It's Cartersville. They won their game.
Of course, they're just great. Cedartown, when they got 2 backs going somewhere, big, and the one going to Georgia, and I think they're either 8 or 9-1. They might have had a game they didn't play, maybe COVID related or something of that nature. But they've only lost one, and it was to Cartersville. It was to Calhoun. Of course, Calhoun's 9-1.
Yeah, I watched them play on the NFHS, whatever. I caught one of their games on there. They're good, man. It's like watching Thompson, Hoover, those Georgia. Just it's uncanny the players and the playmakers that they got. They're just all over the field.
Of course, you got Chattooga playing Harrison County this week. Your show is in and out.
Dropping in and out of covers. I got the green light on mine. It's not.
Calhoun did almost beat Cartersville. They lost to him by a touchdown.
Okay.
But Cartersville, very good program. That's where Trevor Lawrence played.
That's right.
And a lot of others. Ronnie Brown.
Yeah, we could go on with the list of Georgia players that plays
Keith
over there.
Henderson played there.
We'll switch gears then, guys, and we thank everybody for our high school football season. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's been great.
We'll be high school basketball here in a couple of weeks or so. People are going to start practicing, and there'll be games here by after Thanksgiving, 1st of December. There'll be things starting to go on.
Yeah, probably. Some may be playing before that. I don't know. I wouldn't think it would be too quick.
I've heard some coaches are going to have some practice games during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays and stuff.
I'd say some of them will start next week.
Yes.
Not this week. I wouldn't
No,
think. I know We Hunt told me that
next week.
he said it's good now. That might have been his phone. Tory Chandler. How you doing, Tory?
Hey, what's up, Peter Chip?
He's a good guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Good guy.
We'll switch gears and go over to college. So
Yeah. Well, we got a lot to college
y'all hang
stuff.
on. We'll come right back, and we'll be right back. Just give us about 1 minute. All right, peace.